Let's
to become
go.
a hunter.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Dana with your daily dose of Dana Dubs, and today we're starting a new show, Hunter Hunter. Let me know if it's Hunter x Hunter. Comment that down below. But I'm super excited to start episode 1. I've had this shirt for a very long time, so now I'm finally starting the show. Thanks so much to all of you guys that did recommend that I watch this show. I really do appreciate all of the recommendations for shows. My list is ever growing, so I'm tackling them now. Let's get to it. So I'm actually watching both episode 1s, the 1999 version and the 2011, because I read on Reddit and then I asked you guys if I should watch both, and some of you guys did recommend I watch this one just for some extra context to the story that the 2011 version doesn't give. So we're watching it, y'all. I'm sure it's definitely gonna look different, but I've heard this one is more somber of a story as opposed to the first one, but no idea what the show's about, y'all. A boy setting out for a journey, leaving behind the sound of the wind. Is this one of those shows where there's like two episodes in one kind of thing? I love the vibes of this. It gives me like Trigun kind of vibes. Obviously not the same story or anything, but just the vibes.
The wind really seems to be picking up.
Very
I'd
nostalgic.
say there's a storm coming.
I'm a bit worried. Gon should come home early on a day like this.
Oh, he's
Gon.
probably having too much fun. I think he feels his father's presence when he's out there in the wild.
He should know better.
You don't have to be so worried. He knows how to take care of himself.
But he's only a boy. He's not even 10 years old yet. What if something happens?
You may be like a mother to him, but remember, you'll never take the place of his father.
Oh, dang. Talk about a burn. You may seem like you're a mother, but you ain't the same as that daddy-o. Stop your worrying, because you're not dad. He's never gonna care about you. Is this the villain? Is he after Gon? It's obviously not Gon, because he's, well, too old, I'm assuming. I'm assuming this is Gon right here, the green guy, because the mom was cleaning the green clothes. Or is this his dad? Oh my gosh, I love how nostalgic this feels. Oh, he's a little boy. I thought he was older. Oh no, that guy's gonna save him with a
Sorry,
car?
pal. The policy that a beast who tries to kill a human cannot live.
Didn't even see it coming, did you? Interesting, they're not showing any gore at all, because, I mean, he sliced that bear straight down the middle. You didn't see it fall in half, you didn't see it, like, slice in half, you didn't see any blood or anything. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh!
Don't you know better than to walk around a Snake Beach forest this time of year? See that? That's the sign of the fox bear's territory. Even the stupidest animals know how dangerous it is to be here. Didn't your father teach you something as simple as that?
It's like, no, my dad's dead.
It's been a while since I've made such a disgusting kill.
I don't have a father or a mother.
Or a
I was
mother.
told there was some kind of accident just after I was born.
Oh, so that lady's not his mom. She's just looking after him. Okay. Now the old lady's comments make sense.
So I live with my aunt.
His aunt, okay.
I'm sorry to hear
Do you say
that.
aunt or aunt?
It's
I say
all right.
aunt.
Thanks for saving me. What are you gonna do with that cub?
I'll put it down. Without its mother, it will starve. And even if it survives, there's a chance it'll bear a grudge against humans because of what was done to its mother.
Oh, looks like a little cat. He's gonna take it because he's like, no, look, I am the proof that you can live without a mother or father and be fine. They're gonna
What are
become
you
best
doing?
friends.
I'm gonna raise him.
No use.
Yeah.
Impossible. Fox bears are too wild for that.
I don't care.
Oh, that's why he kind of looks like a cat. He's a fox bear.
Could it be?
Ah, he must have known the father, huh?
Gon, you're late. I told you to.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Where'd you get all those scratches?
Well, I fell down while I was running in the woods.
Not a total lie.
Huh? Aunt Mito?
You didn't get hurt like that from falling down.
Look how she locked him out.
You're right. I was lying.
You ain't lying
I'm
in my
sorry.
house. Get your out of here.
When I was in the woods, I found an orphan fox bear cub, and I tried to catch it, and that's how I got all scratched up.
All right, you can come back in now.
But I brought the fox bear cub with me.
But we'll have to take care of those scratches before dinner.
How long are you gonna lie there? Suit yourself.
It's really sad when you think about it, because the little cub's mom is dead. Oh, he's making a... He's gonna bury it. Oh, he is so cute. What a good heart.
Huh?
Come on, just push a little harder. 2. My name's Kite. I'm a hunter.
What's a hunter?
The world has many mysteries and hidden treasures, and a hunter is someone who goes out to uncover them.
Okay.
What brought you here?
I'm looking for my teacher.
Oh my gosh, was his
Yeah.
teacher his dad?
I've been given one final test to pass in order to prove myself to him, and that challenge is to find him.
I
There's
bet you
never
it's his
been a
dead
more
daddy, isn't it? Isn't it?
difficult hunt.
Oh, I finally trusted them enough to drink the
Gon,
milk.
yesterday you told me that your parents had both passed away. Do you know anything about your father?
Aunt Mito won't tell me much about him.
Do you know his name?
Yeah, his name was Gon Freecss.
Gon Freecss.
Gon, your father, Gon Freecss, is my teacher. He's
Ah.
a hunter.
Saw that coming. Well, he kind of found his teacher. He found his son.
Yes, he's the greatest hunter in the entire world.
So now he's going
What
to
are
want
you
to become a
talking
hunter.
about, Gon?
I just wanted to know more about my dad.
What's there to tell?
Dang, she got
He was
so
an
angry.
ordinary man. He ran this place and was killed in an accident before you were born. Other than that, I don't know what to tell you. It may sound harsh, but I had hoped it wouldn't take you long to forget about your parents.
You know, that's so twisted. This poor kid has had to live his whole life without his parents. And he just wants to know a shred of information from the person that knew him when he was alive. And she won't share it with him. Oh, I'd hoped by now you'd forgotten. What?
I know I can't replace your father, but I don't think I've done anything to make you miss him.
It has nothing to do with you, girl. He just wants to know more about his father. How hard is it to share some information with
I
him?
wonder why Aunt Mito would lie to me. But if my father really is alive, why doesn't he come and see me?
So he is
I guess
alive?
that means he abandoned me.
Maybe that's why she doesn't tell him anything. So pretty.
Huh?
You guys are in this together.
Oh, we're not open yet, sir.
I'm sorry, but I'm in a hurry.
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, this is the one. I'll take it, thanks.
I'm here. Sorry I'm late. Have you seen Gon? I didn't know we had a customer. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
No, I'm the one who's intruding here.
Interesting.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything, but when I look at him,
He looks just like his father.
You'll regret that. If you wanted to burn that stuff, you would have done it already. So why now?
Mother, I'm scared. I've been thinking about what Gon was asking me, and I'm afraid he's going to leave.
Probably
All
will, but you
boys
burning
follow
that
their
stuff
own
isn't going to
path
make it
sooner
any
or
better.
later. And if you want to be a mother to him, you will have to face that. It's something you can't stop.
Just like his father.
Yes, he has that same gleam in his eye. You can't fight what's in his blood.
He
it's
kind of
true.
looks like the other guy,
He has
the blonde guy.
potential to be an excellent hunter, because, more than anything, a good hunter is loved by animals.
Ah, I see. What does the card mean? Is that it? Already? Oh no, we're halfway. Okay. I was gonna say, that was a quick first episode.
Once you're 12 years old, you're eligible for the hunter exam. What you do until that time is entirely up to you.
Is
Train,
that...
train, train.
It's the hunter exam application card.
That's right. I want to take the hunter exam.
She's like, dang, my
But
worst
why?
fears.
Because I already know everything. I know my father's alive and that he's a hunter. I want to become a hunter so that I can go and find him. Please understand, Aunt Mito.
He grew up.
During these
A little
last
bit.
3 years, I've been watching Gon, and I've always thought one day he would come to us and say something like this.
So?
You can't be a hunter!
Try to understand him.
Okay, on one condition.
Was his father her brother? What's her condition? Hey, their business seems to be doing better now. The bar is a lot more
Gon's got to
lively.
catch the master of the swamp.
Yeah, and he has to do it within a week.
I wonder if a boy his size can catch a fish that big.
You probably have already caught it.
Hey, Mito, you certainly made it tough for him.
If he can't handle something like that, then he can never become a hunter.
I love the music.
Alright, I got him!
I think it's a little too big for that little pole. She's gonna be so mad he scratched up another shirt.
Didn't catch him, did you?
I'm sorry, Aunt Mito, but I ripped my shirt.
Why don't you just give up?
I
Because
can't.
telling him
I'm
not
gonna
to do
catch
something
it. I
is
made a
not gonna make
promise.
him not wanna do it.
I'm gonna become a hunter. It's
gonna make him
when
wanna
I
do it more.
I'm gonna go find my dad.
And what will you do when you find him? Don't forget that he abandoned you when you were just a baby. Huh?
First time you said that to him.
Yes, it's all true. Jing was a hunter.
Finally
He'd often
telling
go
him the
on
truth.
Long journeys, and he only came home once in a while.
I love that his bed looks like a coffin.
And your mother would miss him the whole time he was gone.
Where's his
It was
mom?
hard for me to see her get hurt like that, and I hated Jing because of it. I was fed up with hunters. He abandoned his family, even his own son. Do you really want to become a hunter and go off looking for someone like that?
Yeah, but it must have been really important if it caused him to abandon his own son. It must be worth it to be a hunter.
That's a good way to look at it.
You really are his son.
Now imagine if she didn't have all this fear and anger, their relationship would probably be so much better. She's constantly been lying to him and keeping secrets and trying to discourage him from the things that he wants to do.
Today's your last chance to catch that fish, right? Hurry up and finish eating.
Go ahead, open it.
What's this?
A new pool.
That rod once belonged to your father.
Finally, she's helping support him.
And if you can't catch it with that,
Not saying she
Thanks
wasn't
a
supporting
lot,
him
Aunt
before, but
Mito.
she's supporting
I'll
his
reel in the
dreams.
master of the swamp
She's
with this
accepted
rod
it now.
for sure.
But I guess her also asking him to find the master of the swamp is also helping him to fulfill his dreams, because that is something that he will need to be able to do as a hunter, to be able to tame the wild beasts and be friendly with the animals, from what I'm understanding already. I love how he always goes through the window instead of going through the door. He's made himself one with the trees. I guess that's why he always wears green, because he has to be one with nature as a hunter. Nice.
This is it! This is it! Oh, it's the master!
Oh, got him doing the splits. I love the facial expressions and the poses that they give him.
I gotta think of something. How would my dad do it? If the master gives me some slack in the line, that's my only chance. All right, now!
Nice. Alright. Alright. Smart. Smart, kid. Smart. Alright, that thing is a beast. Wow.
I did it!
Looks like a cockroach fish. I guess it's like a shrimp. Nice. I love the sparkles.
Now I'm allowed to go and take the hunter exam, right? After all, you're the one who taught me to become a person who keeps his word.
There he goes. Oh, interesting. I didn't think it had buttons on it.
alright, do as you wish.
I thought it was like a baseball card.
Thanks a lot!
And he put it back. Good. I mean, but that thing was out of the water for a really long time, so I'm surprised it's still alive. Angry cleaning montage. So that's how he had the picture in his head, because she has that picture. I always wanted to whistle like that. Wow, it got really big in 3 years. But it still kind of looks like a kid, or like a teenager. It looks so cute. Packed his bags for him. Sewed him up some new outfits, huh?
I'm sorry. I was lying to you. Jing didn't abandon you. I was awarded custody of you in court.
Mm.
I took you away from him.
Oh.
I figured you were lying about that.
Mm.
Because, Aunt Mito, I can always tell. Whenever you're lying, you never look me in the eye.
Go.
I love all the sparkles from this era of anime. It just always
don't
makes it
remember
look
my
so
mother's scent.
magical.
But I think it must be like yours, Aunt Mito. Wherever I go, I'll never forget you.
Forget
you
you.
are my mother.
You are my mother. Oh, that's what she's always wanted to hear. I love that.
I've been given one final test, and that challenge is to find him. There's never been a more difficult hunt. He is the greatest hunter in the entire world.
Alrighty. 2 of every animal. Bye, guys!
Dad, I'm coming to see you.
I'm coming to see you, Dad. That's so wild, though. At 12 years old, could you imagine leaving home and just going to some random place you've never been, people you don't know, to take this test and to not come back home? Alrighty. Yo, that was exciting. I enjoyed that. That was so cute. I'm very curious to see how it's going to compare to the newer version. Obviously, it's going to feel more modern. Obviously, that's still 14 years old. But I'm very curious to see how that one's going to, how the first episode is going to compare, and what elements they left out and what they added. So, without further ado, let's hurry up and get into it, guys. Oh, this one's starting straight with an intro. Oh, I've heard this song before. I'll say one thing I really love about this show so far is how colorful it is. I love colors. I think it's very interesting that they're starting with the intro in the first episode, right before we even get any parts of the story. Because, well, we don't know anything about the story yet. And they're just giving us all everything right now. Very interesting, huh?
Strange beasts and monsters.
Some of them are so cute.
Vast riches, hidden treasures. Evil haunts, uncharted frontiers. The mysterious unknown.
I love that this feels like one big grand adventure.
People who are captivated by the magic in those words
Exploring the world.
are called hunters.
I feel like I'd be a hunter. All that stuff fascinates me. Such a small town. I've always loved the idea of a small island life, you know, just living by the sea, living the simple life, going swimming and surfing every day, and just living a nice, simple life.
Is Gon still angling for the master of the swamp?
Oh, interesting. So they start it here.
He's been at it non-stop for a whole week now.
Did you really promise he could take the hunter exam if he caught the thing?
Yeah, so they do cut out a bunch. I guess that's stuff you didn't really need, but it was nice to add to the story.
Sounds to me like Mito doesn't really want him to take the hunter exam at all.
But wasn't Gon's old man his age when he caught the master of the
She's like,
swamp?
oh shoot, don't bring him up.
He doesn't stand a chance.
She must smell like fish all day, every day. I can see what people are saying already, that, you know, the first episode already provides so much more context to the story. It does seem like, I mean, I don't know where they're going with this, but it does seem like a lot was left out. I feel like this one feels more cheery though, this version. Cheery and bright. It's so cute. I love the music in the background. I'll say the older version had a nice charm to it, but this, I just love how it feels so happy. Like even the colors that they select for the sea monster and everything, they just feel happier.
Look at the size of it. That's the master of the swamp.
It's been 20 years. Yeah.
20
Gon's dad
years.
who caught him last time, right?
Like father, like son.
And Mito! Look!
I did it!
Just like I said I would. That means I can finally take the hunter exam, right?
I guess. Well, I can't stop ya.
I'll do my best. I'm gonna be a hunter. Just you wait and see.
I think it was nice that we got to see a little bit more of the struggle in first episode. We got to see a little bit more of his struggle trying to catch that fish, and then getting to see how he learned about everything. Because I think if he wouldn't have met the man in the woods, none of this would have transpired, because, well, he wouldn't have known about hunters, and he wouldn't have asked his aunt about the hunters, us leading to this whole journey. It's very interesting too. I feel like they made everything just look a little bit cuter. They took out the hard angles of everything. Like his dad looked a little more sharp in the previous version, but this one he's more round. He looks young. He looks playful.
Jean was only 12 years old when he caught the master, and no one has been able to land him since. And now his son has accomplished the very same feat at the same age. I don't have to tell you that his eyes sparkle the same way as his father's. It won't be long now before we have to let him go.
Yeah, interesting. She hasn't said one word yet.
Sure about this? Yeah, when you were just a baby, your father abandoned you to be a hunter. You know that, don't you? I do. He chose being a hunter over his own son.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Is that
It
amazing?
must be an awesome job if it was worth leaving his kid, don't you think?
Being a hunter's a dangerous job. You could die at any time for any number of ridiculous reasons. Don't you understand?
But you could die saying you've lived.
No, I don't. But I want to understand. I want to find out why it was so important to my dad. That's why I've got to do it.
It's interesting, yeah, they took out a lot of her resistance to the idea in this version. Like, she gives a little bit like, oh no, why are you doing this like he did? But then she's like, okay, you're just like him, go. Whereas in the first version, I kind of liked, I mean, I guess in this one, they're getting right to the point, because in the first one, it did kind of drag on a little bit. So I understand what they did here. They cut out all the fluff. You know, we're getting right into the episode, and he's gonna go on his journey now. But I like both versions, but I can see why they did what they did.
I promise you I'll pass the exam. The next time you see me, I will be a hunter.
Instead, promise you'll come home safe.
I sure can.
Yeah, she's a lot more supportive in this role.
Pinky swear, so if I lie, stick 1,000 needles in my eye.
That sounds
And
horrible.
seal it with a kiss.
It's interesting. It's almost like this is the continuation of the first episode from the past, as opposed to like a recreation of that episode. Obviously it is, but it isn't, you know? House on top of the hill. I do think this is a more effective start than the first one. Like I said, I think that one just dragged on just a little bit. Oh my gosh, he's going off on a huge ship instead of... I liked the little makeshift raft that he had in the last one. Like it had the little patches on it and everything.
Thanks, everybody! I'm gonna be the best hunter in the world! And as soon as I make that happen, I'll be back! I'll see you all again!
Okay! I do like, I think what I liked a lot about the last version is that you kind of got to see this growth with the aunt and accepting him becoming a hunter. Whereas she was so combatant at the beginning, trying to almost bully him for his decision to do this. And then towards the end, she was like, okay, I guess I'll accept it. Here's a better pull to help you progress and to help you catch this fish so you can be closer to your goal of becoming a hunter. Even though she didn't want that for him, she was still able to support him despite her not wanting that life for him. And I think that's what's so beautiful about that episode, is that we got to see that growth and see that acceptance, which this one kind of missed. And also just learning a little bit more about how he didn't know anything about his father. This one, it seems like he's known about his father his whole life and he's just trying to follow his footsteps. Whereas in the last one, he has this discovery and he's like, oh my gosh, my dad is still alive? Well, I gotta go and try to find him now.
The best hunter in the world, huh?
Oh, there's other people on here.
This'll be easy.
I see.
Every single year, millions of the world's most skilled applicants apply for the hunter exam.
Millions.
But only a handful make the cut.
Look
Be
at this little
careful
grin.
about saying stuff.
Oh, these are all the people on my shirt. They're all giving main character energy.
What you doing, Katso?
Oh, dang.
What's wrong? Why you bent over like that?
Hey, slackers! Get back to work! Aye, aye, sir! You!
The red nose in the bottle
The
of
wax in your
alcohol.
ears! Get moving!
Aye, aye, sir, right away!
Wait!
Thanks a lot.
There's a storm coming.
And how exactly do you know that?
Sea cranes. That's what all of them are saying.
What?
Also...
I can smell it. Oh my gosh, he's so nimble.
There's a really big one heading right for us! It's true! I can tell by the way it smells!
The petrichor in the air.
Could he be?
That's what everyone says. Could he be? I wonder if he's supposed to be that guy from the first version that told Gon about his father, but they made him older in this one. I guess they're starting to establish, you know, his knowledge and appreciation of nature.
We should lower the sails! We can't quit when the fun's just about to start.
When the fun is just about to start? Oh my gosh!
Here we go.
What do? You see waves that high?
Take her hard to port!
Oh no. Oh my gosh, I could never be a sailor.
Let's fly!
Woohoo! It's like some One Piece kind of stuff. Reverse mountain. Oh, the music is so cute. I think this is Gon. Okay, so they even created their own language for this show. Nice.
I've faced bigger waves than that and lived. Hey, take over the helm.
Aye, aye, sir.
Damned if this ain't the most worthless crew I've seen in years. Not a
For
one
real.
of them's got his sea legs. Pathetic. And they think they can pass the hunter exam? They're good for a laugh, that's for sure.
Here, try these herbs. Chew them up real good and you'll feel better.
Yeah, he knows his nature.
Sit tight, it's on its way.
He's impressed.
Boy again.
And him. That's how you know they're all gonna pass.
That's what I call a sour apple.
I see. Seems there are a few with some iron in them after all.
Yeah.
Coming through! Here, I got your water.
Thank you.
Nice.
There, drink up.
Look at how he's looking at him with such admiration.
You're the best. Thanks for your help, Mr. Katso.
Right then, go down the line and tell me all your name.
My name's Gon.
My name's Gon.
The name is
Wait, what was his name? I have to go back.
I am called Kurapika.
The name is Leorio.
Leorio.
Good. Now why do you boys want to become
I love how they gave the name Gon. Such an easy one. Leorium Capicum.
You're not an examiner, so what's with the third degree?
Just answer the question.
Interesting, very
Because my dad is a hunter.
difference in age.
Being a hunter was the most important thing in the world to my dad. And I want to know why. That's why I left Whale Island.
Whale Island?
Oh, yeah.
So it is him. This is Gene's son.
You don't have to tell that old guy nothing.
But he asked why I'm here. It's not
Love
a
his
secret.
posture.
Look, get with the program. It's us versus him. And I'm not telling him why I'm here.
I'm afraid I agree with Leorio.
That's Mr. Leorio to you, you brat. Show a little respect for your elders.
But why not dodge the question by simply offering the man a plausible lie?
Hey, are you even listening to me?
However, it is quite shameful to rely upon deceit. As for me, I cannot reveal my reasons here. I have my share of secrets. Deep secrets, which I do not intend to expose at this time.
All right.
It is why
So intense.
I will not answer your question.
Hey, I was talking to you, punk.
So, both of you flat out refuse to answer my question. Hey, Katso!
Yes, what is it, Captain?
Get a hold of the exam committee for me. Let them know we got 2 more dropouts.
Wait, what do you mean?
Still haven't figured it out, huh? You see, the hunter exam has already started.
It has?
That's what you guys get.
There are as many hunter wannabes in this world as there are stars in the sky. And the examiners, well, they don't have the time nor the resources to go through them all. That's where people like me come in to pick up the slack. Screen all of the applicants and trim the fat. Already
That was easy.
notified the committee about the rest of the lot. Not a one of them made the cut.
Yeah.
What?
That was just a little storm, and look how they hit. They'd never
Very true.
survive the later stages of the exam. In other words, the only way you 3 are moving on to the next portion of the exam is if I give you the go-ahead.
So
I'll
tell
ask
me,
you, and
what's
think
your
carefully
reason?
before you answer.
You catch all that?
You catch all that?
You've told us that sooner.
I do like the pacing of this episode a lot. I think they did it really well.
I am the sole survivor of the Kurta clan.
Kurta clan. That's
4
sad.
years ago, my entire clan was annihilated by a band of criminals.
Dang.
That is why I want to become a hunter.
The entire
to capture
clan.
the Phantom Troop.
Sounds like you want to be a blacklist hunter. And the Phantom Troop is a Class A bounty. Even the most seasoned hunters can't touch them. You know it's a suicide mission, right?
Death is not among my fears. But there is one thing I do fear. That time will quiet the rage in my heart.
Okay,
So,
Sasuke.
in other words, you're up for revenge. You don't really need to become a hunter just so you can settle an old score, do you?
That is the stupidest question I have ever heard.
That's Mr. Leorio!
There are places only hunters can go. Intel only they can access. Actions only they can take. There are more reasons, but those are the only 3 that you have a chance of comprehending.
Hey, why do you want to become a hunter, Mr.
Gon is the
Leorio?
peacemaker.
Well, it's pretty simple, really. For the money. Huh? Money can buy everything you've ever wanted!
Oh my gosh.
If only you could buy class as well, Leorio.
I love the comebacks. If only goodbye class.
That was strike 3. Step outside. Time to finish off the filthy Kurta bloodline.
Oh no, you'll get whacked so easily. I don't think you want to go out there.
Leorio.
Cutting deep.
Take it back.
It's Mr. Leorio.
Hey,
Well,
where do
this
you
should be
boys
interesting.
think you're going? I'm not finished with you yet.
Let them go. They're fine. It's like Aunt Mito told me once.
You can never understand a person unless you can understand what makes them angry. It's how you get to know someone.
Interesting.
So, whatever they're feeling so upset about is really important to them. It's up to them now. Nothing we can do but
That
stay
makes
out of
sense.
the way.
Look, over there.
Oh my gosh. What a horrible time to be at sea.
The ship is gonna sink for sure.
Get the sails lowered, now!
Right!
Anything I can do?
Yeah, follow me up on deck.
Go with them, I'll take the helm. All right then, hard to starboard!
This one is definitely more intense than the other one. And they're still about to start a fight. So intense.
Take back what you said about my clan. I will forgive you if you repent, Leorio.
You owe me an apology, and I'm not telling you again.
Ah, both too
Not repenting
prideful
for anything, hear
for their
me?
own good. First fight scene. In the midst of a twister. Man, they aren't doing anything. Dang, these guys suck. For real, for real. Oh, dang. He was willing to go the extra mile. Grab his feet. Nice save. Nice. They're gonna be quite the trio, huh? I feel like I'm at Disney walking around. You know, they have this kind of music playing.
You idiot! If it hadn't been for us, you'd be shark bait. You owe me big time, kid, and don't you forget it.
Honestly, how reckless can you be?
But it's
It's like I was
fine.
just trying to save the
caught
guy.
me.
And it ended up okay.
You both caught me together.
I guess you might have a point.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Katzo.
Thanks, Gon. You're incredible. You saved my life back there.
Yeah, well, I didn't do it all alone.
Couldn't have done it
Those
without
two
these
over there helped
guys.
rescue you too.
He's right. Thank you both.
Please, no thanks necessary.
We're just glad to see you made it okay.
Me too. In fact, I ought to get back to my post right away.
He's like, I liked that
What's
feeling
so
of
funny?
being a hero and saving
I'm
someone.
embarrassed at my behavior. Pardon my rudeness, Mr. Leorio.
Nice.
I wasn't expecting that. Just forget it. You can drop the mister. Leorio's fine.
Leorio.
I'm sorry too. And I take back everything that I said to you was wrong of me.
No,
Nice, they made
it's
amends.
fine.
I'll make sure all three of you get safely dropped off at the port closest to the exam site. How does that sound?
You will?
Sounds good.
But what about your test?
He's like, oh, that was a load of bull.
It's like I said, I decide who goes on to take the exam. Congratulations, you're all moving on.
Dun, dun, dun.
And
Alrighty.
so Gon finally began his journey to do what his father did before him.
Let's
to
go.
become a hunter.
Those were great first two episodes. I really enjoyed watching the two of those. I do think within the newer episode, I think the pacing was a lot better. And I think they told you kind of all you really needed to know right then and there. You got the journey, you got the introduction to the main character, the side main characters, and the story, the background. You know, you got everything that you needed all within the first episode. Whereas the original version, I think it kind of dragged on a little bit. But that might also just be because, you know, I'm from the generation of I need things fast and I need them now. And I need to be instantly gratified. Zero patience. But yeah, I'm curious to see where this story is going to go and how long it's going to take them to become hunters, because I don't think they're just going to become hunters right away, no? So that should be interesting. I'm excited for the journey. I love that it feels like just one grand big adventure, and we've got our happy-go-lucky main character and then our two side characters who are very different. You know, one is kind of like, he reminds me of Sasuke, and he's very serious and and then we've got the goofy Leorio. And I think it should be very interesting to see all of their dynamics together and watching them fulfill their individual purposes within the show. But I am still glad that I watched the original version. One, it felt so nice to watch something that felt so nostalgic. It felt like something that I watched growing up, and I really loved that. And we got just a little bit more backstory of the story from the get-go. Like, I don't have to worry about, I didn't have any questions going into this episode. And I feel like some of those questions might not be answered until later on. So I'm glad that I got those right away, and I can see why people say to watch the first episode of the original one and then just move on down. Because I was wondering with that, because I remember when I started watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, after I had already watched a couple episodes, people were like, oh no, you should have watched Full Metal first because it gives more context within the beginning of the story, especially with characters like Hughes, and then it would have made more sense and then continue on with the Brotherhood story. So I wanted to be sure before starting this, especially since there were two different versions. So I'm popping in because I actually just finished editing this video, and I actually have some new opinions that I didn't really discuss within watching. So when I'm editing, I'm obviously rewatching the episode all over again, and when I rewatched the first episode, I had so much more of an appreciation for it. I do think that it's so much slower paced, but I think that's part of the beauty and the charm of it, and also a part of the time when it was created. Obviously, it's going to be so different from what we're watching almost 30 years later, especially with so much more fast-paced things that we're exposed to in this day and age, namely social media, just instant gratification. So I think the media of today does have to go so much faster paced, and also they have the technology to accommodate for that kind of media, whereas imagine doing that back in the day with all of the papers. You know, it's not digital, or I'm assuming in 1999 it wasn't digital, it was all done by hand. So I think keeping that in mind obviously makes sense that pacing is very different. I would say out of the two, I wouldn't necessarily say I have a preference, but I love how the first version felt of the show. I think it had such a nice charm to it. It felt like something I watched when I was a kid. It felt more full of life. Like, I keep thinking about all of the scenes within the forest that we got to see, just the grit, the texture, the light, life, and they really built this whole world for us to see, and I think it was so beautiful within that version. And what I really loved about that version as well is that where we got to see so much more of the struggles and self-discovery with Gon and his aunt, you know, whereas the second version, you're kind of getting the tail end of that, where he's just starting this journey. There was no resistance really. It was just kind of like, okay, I'm already here fishing for the king of the swamp, and my aunt, she just said, oh, are you sure you want to do that? He doesn't care about you. But of course I do. That is what my dad did. And then just goes, and he's started this journey. Whereas the first one, we got to see more of the resistance, and I think it felt more realistic, where he didn't know anything about his father. He didn't know about his history. He didn't know about the hunters, and he found out from a stranger. Imagine if that encounter wouldn't have happened, he would have never known, and maybe this whole thing wouldn't have happened. So I think it was nice to get more of the backstory and to see more about the history, and also getting the establishment of the ideals of a hunter. You know, we got to learn that hunters do really well have so much more of an appreciation for nature. It's almost this innate ability to connect with nature, and we got to see that within the first version so beautifully done, where, you know, he connects with the fox bear. We got to see him just being within nature, all of the animals being around him, being happy around him being able to tackle this fish, and they kind of skated through all of that within the next version. Not saying it's bad, I do still enjoy the pacing of that story, and I think it's just different, but I just wanted to include that I really did appreciate the first one, and I think there's so much that's so beautiful about it that I feel like a lot of people might not think about or be aware of, and I'm just curious to see what you guys thought about the original version. Do you think it has that nice charm? Do you think it adds so much more to the story, or do you think that they didn't really need any of those elements? I especially loved seeing Gon's aunt coming to be able to accept everything that has happened. You know, she went from someone that was like, I'm never going to tell him about his father. His father is a deadbeat that abandoned him. He does not deserve for his son to know about him or to follow in his footsteps, to being someone that slowly began to accept that Gon is his own person, and he is allowed to make his own decisions on what he wants to do with his life regarding his father, regarding everything that had happened. And she was able to support him with the fishing pole and just allowing him to go on this journey on his own. And I think that is so important for the story, and I'm just curious to see what you guys think about it. I know this is a longer rant, what I've been talking for like 5 minutes now, but I'm just curious. I wanted to include this in here because I feel like I didn't really give a proper review of the first episode and my true feelings, and I think allowing myself to rewatch it, I was able to really appreciate it more. I have so much more I could say on this, but it's already been so long. I'm sure this is already going to be a very long video. So I don't want to talk y'all's ears off too much, but just wanted to include that in there. All right, so back to old Dana. So I'm excited to continue along with this. Let me know what you guys thought of this first episode. Have you guys watched the original 1999 version, or did you only watch the 2011 version? I'm super curious. And what did you think of the two? Was this your first time watching it with me? And yeah, what did you think? Which one do you like better? I know when I did a poll between which one to watch, I do remember some of you guys were saying that you really did like the original version, and that was kind of your favorite. So I'm glad we got to watch that together as well. I'm super excited to see where the story is going to go. I think it was a great first episode, a great way to start the show, and I can't wait to continue on with you guys. I think we'll be watching for a while because it's what, like 150 episodes, so we'll be watching for a couple of years, I think. For a few years actually, so that'll be fun. I'm excited for this journey, for us to go hunting together. And if you did watch with me here all the way to the end, thank you so much. This was a longer video, so I'm super appreciative that you watched with me all the way to the end. But just so I know that you are now part of the Endgame Squad. Endgame Squad stays till the end, and if you're already a member of the Endgame Squad, thanks for returning. But comment the boat emoji, because I do like that is the start of their adventure. In the first version, the boat was really his start of the adventure, him going off on his own to become a hunter. And within this version, that was truly the start of the journey and the start of the test for him and introducing us to the other characters. So it was the start of everyone's story on the ship or boat, depending which version you're talking about. So please do comment that, just so I know that you stuck with me here all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. And if you were liking the vibes, please do make sure you like and subscribe so you'll be notified when the next one comes out, so we can keep watching together, especially so we can keep watching Hunter x Hunter together, enjoy hunting together. And I do upload a new video of a new show every single day, and on Saturdays we do something new Saturdays, where I try out a new show from the ever-growing list of recommendations that you you guys give me. So you also do want to make sure you subscribe so you know when your recommendation, also comment your recommendation for what we should watch together, is watched, so we can stay here and watch together and have a grand old time. So please do stick around. I can't wait to see you back here next time. Alrighty guys, well till then, bye.